Hi, my name is Ben Griffith, and or Shaman Noodles, and today we're going to talk about setting up a user interface for RAID. And now, the real key piece that you need to be looking at and be thinking about whenever you're setting up a UI is what sort of meaningful information can I extrapolate from this during a RAID pull? Is this going to help me during a RAID pull? I bring that up because I see a lot of user interfaces in world first kills and, in all these other kills that I'm watching online and my raiding partners' UIs. I see an overabundance of information that there is no way you can be extrapolating helpful things from during a raid pull. People who display their damage per second or their HPS in an enormous SCADA window over here in the bottom right. I see this frequently. You're not getting helpful information from that. Really, about the only thing that I use SCADA for during a raid pull is looking at my healers or my healing partners and making sure that they're not over throughputing early, and I shouldn't be concerned about their mana. If I'm top healer for a pull, and then all of a sudden this, holy pally shows up and is doubling my healing at 3 minutes into a pull, I'm like, wow, I have a reason to be concerned for his mana. Now I can check his mana. That's about the only meaningful information I get from SCADA during a raid pull. And in all honesty, there are plenty of people who can close SCADA during a raid pull because it is not displaying information that will help you play your class better immediately. People will display everything on their user interfaces, and they will not be extrapolating meaningful data from it. People will have 100 to 50 action bars down here with, just a ridiculous amount of buttons on the bottom of their UI. And are they really monitoring the cooldowns of all these abilities? Or are they just too lazy to put these action bars on mouse over that they've used for key binding? Because the fact of the matter is, none of them need to be displayed. Only the key abilities that you are dealing with in an encounter need to be displayed. I have here my healing stuff and my utility stuff. I don't have anything extra. You don't need to add extra because during a raid pull, you're not going to be looking at 100 buttons during a pull. You are not gaining any helpful information by having too many buttons on your screen. Simplify, 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 and highlight the important things. If I get a raid debuff, such as my deserter debuff right now, it is displayed directly next to my character, so I know it. If I am pulling mythic dragons and randomly I'm getting, I don't know how, but 3 stacks of the shadow shit, I know I have 3 stacks of shadow shit, so I should be checking my HP. If my debuffs were something that I deemed, not that important, put it over in the corner, I may have died. So it's important to highlight the things that are necessary to monitor during a raid pull, and to sort of put the things that are kind of important and need to be displayed but not as important, kind of put those things in the background. An example would be my mini-map. Like, I'll zoom all the way in during a raid pull, and so every once in a while maybe there's a hunter out of range that's pretty low on HP and I need to get a heal on him. I can glance real quick and see if I see a green dot down here. But other than that, my mini-map's really not doing much during a raid pull. So I just have it over here down in the corner. Same thing with SCADA. As I was talking about earlier, I'm not getting too much great information from it, so I just have 2 really small windows over here that are just displaying, honestly, for shits and giggles, because I like monitoring how my raid is performing during a pull. So, here it is. But the important things, raid debuffs, which are also displayed with a giant weak aura up here, by the way, and my abilities. They're front and center, and my player HP. It's very important what your HP is. Front and center. So the important parts of my UI are right directly next to my character, and they're easy to access, easy to look at, easy to get information from. The things that are less important, such as my chat box over in the corner, no window, and yeah, it's not highlighted in my user interface. And so that's really all there is to making a UI, is just get rid of all the fluff. People love fluffing up their UI, and they think, ooh, this add-on's cool, so I'll download it. And sure, the add-on's cool, and you can look at it and deal with it outside of raid, but what the hell is it telling you during during a raid. It's telling you nothing. You're not gaining information from a lot of the things that are on your UI. You need to condense. You need to simplify. I cannot, I'll confess it, I cannot monitor DBM, SCADA, grid for all my raid team's health pools, my HP, all of my cooldowns, everything. I can't do it all at once. So why would I have too many add-ons to monitor at once during a raid pool? I want to simplify, I want to minimize, I want to make that process easier for myself so I can do my job better. You're trying to make your job easier, not harder, and looking at more stuff and crap during a raid pool. You're trying to make things easier on yourself. That's all you got to do. Cool. Good chat.